Imagine looking up at the sky and seeing not just stars, but also a glowing ring encircling our planet. Isn't that a sight to behold? A celestial halo gracing the Earth, much like the majestic rings of Saturn. But let's take a step back. What are these rings we're talking about and how do they form? In the simplest terms, rings are collections of ice, rock, and dust that orbit around a planet. Picture a cosmic ballet of particles, spinning in harmony with the planet's gravitational pull. Now, you might be wondering, if Saturn can have such a grand tutu, why doesn't Earth get to join the interstellar ballet? Well, it's all about our planet's history and cosmic neighborhood. Rings generally form from the remnants of moons, asteroids, or comets that come too close to a planet and are ripped apart by its gravity. Saturn is like the neighborhood hoarder, its strong gravitational pull and strategic location in the solar system allowing it to collect and maintain its famous rings. Earth, in contrast, is a bit more tidy and less opportunistic. Our blue planet resides in a less crowded part of the solar system, and our moon, rather than being shattered into pieces, was likely formed from a giant impact that threw a molten rock into orbit around the young Earth. This debris eventually coalesced to form our one and only moon, leaving no material for the formation of a ring. Moreover, our strong magnetic field and active weather system would likely sweep away any stray particles before they could settle into a stable ring. So unfortunately, for all the romantics out there, Earth didn't get its ring. So Earth doesn't have rings now, but what if it did? That's a question worth pondering over. A ringed Earth could drastically change our skyline, our environment, and even our culture. But more on that later. For now, let's just marvel at the possibility of an Earth haloed by a ring of cosmic dust and ice. The universe is full of wonders, isn't it? The night sky would be quite a spectacle, wouldn't it? More like a cosmic light show. Picture this, instead of the usual blanket of stars we're accustomed to, our sky would be dominated by colossal rings, glowing in the sunlight or moonlight, casting their own unique light onto our world. Consider the breathtaking sight of the rings, visible from Earth, slicing across the sky. Their grandeur making even the moon seem modest. And they wouldn't just be a nighttime spectacle. During the day, these rings would streak across the sky, a stark contrast against the blue. The way we perceive our surroundings would be dramatically transformed. Sunsets and sunrises would take on a whole new dimension, the hues of red and orange bouncing off the rings, painting a picture that words could scarcely do justice to. Imagine the Instagram posts, just another ringed Earth sunset. Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? But as with most beautiful things, there's a darker side to this tale. No, we're not about to break into a rendition of Ring Around the Rosie. We're here to delve into the potential impact of these hypothetical rings on Earth's climate, and by extension, life as we know it. Imagine for a moment a ring system like Saturn's encircling our planet. These aren't just pretty bands of light in the sky. They're composed of countless particles ranging from tiny dust grains to massive chunks of ice and rock. Now, these rings wouldn't just sit there looking pretty. They'd interact with sunlight, casting shadows and reflecting light back into space. Why does that matter, you ask? Well, sunlight is a major driver of our planet's climate. It's the heat from the sun that warms our atmosphere, drives weather patterns, and allows life to flourish. If these rings were to block or reflect a significant portion of this sunlight, we could see a considerable drop in temperatures across the globe. Think about it. More shadows mean less direct sunlight, which could lead to longer and colder winters. We're not just talking about needing an extra blanket at night. We're talking about potential ice ages, with drastic changes to the habitats and ecosystems we know and love. On the flip side, the reflective properties of the rings could also lead to increased sunlight in certain areas, causing extreme heat and possibly creating uninhabitable regions. The balance of life on Earth, which has been fine-tuned over billions of years, could be thrown into disarray. And it's not just about the climate. The rings could also impact our technological systems. Satellites that we rely on for communication, weather forecasting, and navigation might find it challenging to operate in this new ring-filled world. So, while the rings might make for great selfies, they could also mean saying goodbye to your favorite beach vacation spots. Bummer, right? So, to ring or not to ring? That is the question. We've certainly had an intriguing journey through this hypothetical scenario. Let's quickly recap the main points we've discussed in this video. If Earth were to have rings like Saturn, our skyline would be transformed. The rings would be visible during the day and night, creating a spectacular celestial display. Imagine stepping outside and seeing a bright, shimmering arc stretching across the sky, with the sun, moon, and stars peeking through the gaps. However, it wouldn't all be about the aesthetics. The rings would have a significant impact on our planet's environment and climate. They could potentially block sunlight, affecting temperatures and weather patterns. This could lead to a series of cascading effects on the Earth's ecosystems, potentially disrupting the delicate balance of life. Not to mention the potential challenges for space exploration. Launching spacecraft would become more difficult, with the rings acting as a physical barrier. This could put a damper on our ambitions to explore the cosmos. Our daily lives would also be affected in numerous ways. The rings would interfere with satellite communications, potentially causing disruptions to our digital world. They might also influence our culture, inspiring new myths, legends, and artistic expressions. But let's remember, this is all hypothetical. As of today, Earth does not have rings. This exploration was purely for the sake of our scientific curiosity and imagination. While the idea of a ringed Earth might seem enchanting, the reality could be quite different. There would be pros and cons, just like with any major change. For now, let's appreciate our unique ringless planet. The Earth is our home, and it's a pretty amazing place as it is. It's a world teeming with life, full of natural wonders and breathtaking landscapes. It's a world that's worth cherishing and protecting. So while we can continue to dream and wonder about what-if scenarios, let's also remember to appreciate what we have. And remember, there's no place like home, even if it doesn't have a ring to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more intriguing discussions. Till then, keep looking up.